What's going on, guys? Femi the Agent.
Femi the Realtor.
On another episode of Sneakers and Real Estate, two of my favorite things that I love to talk about. We all love sneakers. We buy them, we collect them, we wear them. The ones we don't wear, we end up selling them. So today we are going to be talking about the Ama Manir Air Force Ones while you were sleeping. This sneaker dropped back in November, so this was 4 months ago. They call this color sesame brown. I don't know why, because I don't see any brown on this sneaker, but that's what they call it. It looks more like a lightish pink, if you ask my opinion. But Ama Manir, the Whitaker Group, they do a really great job with the sneakers that they collab with. So, I mean, Air Force Ones, you guys know, have been out since 1984, and they just continue to expand and expand on it. But I think this particular sneaker here, you definitely need. The leather quality on this you haven't seen on sneakers in, I would say, years and years and years. On the insoles, you have the lining with the Ama Manir logo all over it. You have the dope shoelaces with the silver on the tips. Like I said, really dope shoe. Most of the Air Force Ones you would normally see says Air here, and right here you have the Ama Manir, and then on the inside they have the Air. So clear bottom, like I said, great shoe. You definitely need a pair of these in your life. You need a pair of these in your arsenal. We're going to talk about some real estate, the mortgage rates, kind of figure out what's going on in the real estate world with my son.
So right now, Q1 2025, the rates for a 30-year mortgage are a little bit over 6.5%. For a 15-year, it's around 6%. So it's still a great time to buy, still a great time to sell. A lot of people coming up for kids graduating and, the spring, towards the end of the spring, beginning of the summer. If you're going to be looking to relocate, you definitely want to start getting a feel for some stuff now and don't want to wait until the herd comes and everybody comes out. If you're planning on moving or relocating towards the spring or summer, you want to start taking a look at some places now, so at least you have an idea on what's out there, and definitely consult with one of the lenders you work with, so you're not just purchasing or looking based off of emotions. You're actually looking calculated and within your budget, something you feel comfortable with. So you definitely want to start getting a feel for some stuff now. Take a look at some places now if you're planning to do something in the upcoming spring and summer.
Yeah, we're definitely here to help you facilitate that whole process. We have lenders, we have everybody in place, and we're here ready to help. So today we have an esteemed guest. Let me get rid of these shoes. He's a coach. He coaches a football team. He coaches basketball, and he's also a trainer. I actually train with him. My guy, Coach Will here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us and chopping it up with us
Thank
on
you for having
real estate
me,
and
man.
sneakers.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. I'm honored to be here, man.
Thank you, man. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
So just wanted to kind of jump into things and talk to you about, your upbringing, what led to coaching and just some of those different things. So where is what's the family background? Where's your family from?
My family, well, my father's side, they're from the Southwest. They're out there in Missouri, St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my mom, she's from
down
here.
there with
She's
Nelly
from
and those guys.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Right. So
Nice.
Definitely got a lot of country in the background.
Okay.
But, my mom, she's born and raised out here in New York City. So
Nice.
yeah, so it's pretty balanced over here. I've been in Brooklyn all my life.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a Brooklyn boy too. Well, I'm born and lived here half my life, and people are telling me I can't claim Brooklyn anymore. I'm gonna claim Brooklyn till I die. So that's just never gonna happen.
Yeah, they try to say a thing about me when I move upstate, but nah, it's in you.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn forever.
Forever, for sure.
Yeah. So let's talk about I guess the coaching aspect of your job. How did you get into coaching? I guess coaching the kids with basketball and football.
Well, I always was an athlete growing up, and
Nice.
I always had a passion for sports, basketball, football. It's definitely something I always tried to figure out. If I wasn't going to be a professional, how can I
Take it to the next level?
Take it to the next level. So I started off just training. training at Equinox.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was training at Equinox for a few years, and I actually met someone who played college football from one of my favorite programs, Oregon University.
Nice.
We developed a
Oh, the
relation-
Ducks?
Yes, sir, the Ducks.
Nice.
Nike headquarters.
Shout out to the Ducks.
Yep.
We need some sneakers.
Definitely. Yep. So we developed a relationship, and he was the first one. We would talk about the sport football a lot, and he was just like, you should just go back to your old high school program and just volunteer. And I was about 19, 20 years old at the time.
Okay.
And I was like, what are the odds, like somebody that played on my favorite football programs
tell
telling
you
me
that.
tell me? So I was like, you know what, you're right. And he kind of gave me the step-by-step. He was like, yeah, just email your old head coach and just tell him you're ready to come. So that's how it started off.
Oh, wow, that's dope.
Yeah, so, and the passion was already there because, I just had a feel for guys that grew up in my community
Right.
that just wanted a way out. And
Right.
I didn't necessarily have that person in my life that could show me how to get to the next level.
Right.
So just growing up and then learning the ins and outs for myself and then doing the research on the training aspect, I definitely felt the need to fill that void with
Nice.
the people growing up in my community. So
Nice.
that's really how that football, starting with the young kids, and I started branching out, and then eventually, Eagle Academy, they wanted me and gave me all of the power and the support to, maximize that
That's
potential
dope.
for sure.
That's dope. What was I going to ask you? I think, like you said, you touched on something just now. You said the passion.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people don't understand, like when you have a passion for something, it's almost like you don't work a day in your life when you're doing something that you're passionate about.
100%.
Nice. Because I see how you are. A lot of people don't know that I actually train with you.
Yes, sir.
I'm actually one of his clients.
Yeah, you've been working. My guy's been working, locked in for sure.
Trying to get it together. We're not getting any younger, folks, so we got to do the things we need to do to stay around.
Mandatory.
So, yes. How the kids are with you, how the kids gravitate towards you. Where do you think that comes from?
I think, like you said, the passion is definitely has a part of it, but
Right.
I think being transparent with the youth is very important. And in the beginning of my coaching career, I really wanted to show the best version of myself to my kids,
Right.
just so I can kind of be like that Superman, like I want to be like Coach and he does everything right. But I realized, showing your kids that you're human. You know what I
Right.
mean? I've been here.
Right.
I've been where you are. I'm from where you're from.
And I understand what you're going
I
through.
understand what you're going through, and I understand what's outside
Right.
and what you have to deal with. And I
Right.
think that's definitely helped me grow the connection that I have with my kids and them being able to confide in me
Nice.
and let me, because they know, I'm human. I've been there, and it definitely works.
Yeah, I think, like you said, when it comes to dealing with kids, especially the teenagers, the youth,
100%.
with them, everybody's looking to get some sort of direction from somebody that may be a little bit older than them, but they also have to buy into you. And I think if they feel like whatever you're preaching or whatever you're putting forth is genuine, and they feel like you're coming from a genuine place, so
100%.
they feel like they can confide in you, and sometimes you'll have a better relationship with them sometimes than their parents, right?
100%.
Talk about that.
100%. Yeah. I mean, I think, because we were all 17, 16-year-old young
Right.
men, and I think it's like once you grow that little bit of hair on your chin and you feel like, you a man or whatever the case.
Right.
So I think just, letting them know, like, yeah, I've been there before, but, these are things that I would have been done differently. You know what I mean? Like, I'm successful in where I am. It's not a lot of people in my age in the position that I'm at.
That's a fact.
But there, there's always room for improvement,
Right.
and just expressing that to them, like, yeah, I want you to get better, and I'm working on getting better. We getting better together.
We all
are. And I like to stress on, doing, practicing what I preach.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna ask these guys to, increase their work ethic if I'm not doing the same, or
Right.
get up early if I'm not doing
You're
the
not doing
same,
the same.
and things of that nature. And I think they see that effort, they see that, they see that I care about their future. Like, not what I want you to do for me,
Right.
but it's about what I want for you. Where do I see? So I always, I have a vision for all of my kids.
Nice.
Anybody that plays with me, I tell them, listen, we're gonna do this, that, and the third, and this is where I see you. And I think that is like rare. Because even when I was playing sports, I didn't, my coach lived in Long Island.
Right.
He was born and raised in Long Island.
Right.
This is a white man. He wasn't from the community.
He wasn't locked into what
he
was
wasn't
what was
locked
going
in,
on.
so he didn't know. It was really about the X's and O's. I think that's the easiest part about the job. It's really about those Jimmys and Joes for sure. So it's definitely helped me connect with my young man, and you know, everybody sees it now. So it's like, okay, he wants what's best for you.
He wants what's best for you, which is really dope. And I think, like you said, you kind of giving them a message and also letting them know what you see in them. For a lot of people, sometimes it starts and stops there. But I think the fact that they understand that whatever you're asking them to do, it's not about you.
Right.
You're looking to try to help them become the best versions of themselves, right?
100%. I mean, that's like my coaching style. You know, my pops asked me the other day, he was asking me about certain coaches and stuff like that, and he was like, you know, why this coach doesn't spend this extra time? And I was like, well, Pops, that's not his coaching style. I mean, you got some coaches that they have their program, they set their standard, and if you don't fit the standard,
It's never going to work.
You know what I'm saying? And I think with me is, you know, I like to grab the guys when they're at the bottom, and I show them their vision. Sometimes they don't even see it for themselves. You know what I mean? And it's just like once you get them to buy in and they see, okay, this is possible, this is where I can be, then you get a different type of results. You get a next level of progress. You know what I mean? So I think that's most important. Just that coaching style, just that care, it matters for sure.
Yeah, I think like you said, you know, everybody can have a coaching style, but you know, with a lot of people, sometimes that's where it stops. But then people can also tell that you genuinely care because you are taking that extra step and you're also showing them that, like I said, I want what's best for you, but the end result, like I don't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. And I think anytime when you see that, a lot of people sometimes they'll check out, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, see, I don't have no kids, but it's kind of like parenting in a sense, because it's like you never feel like there's no wrong or right answer. You kind of just play your cards how you got them, but ultimately the goal is, I want you in places. You know, I don't want you to have to get in a place where you're figuring things out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's have a plan. Let's start this young. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, just going that extra mile, and you unlock a different type of potential out of a kid. You know what I mean? You got kids that, let's be transparent, growing up in this community, you don't know what they got going on at home. You got kids that are living in a shelter. You got kids, you know, parents are deceased or whatever whatever it may be. So you don't know where they're coming from, and you don't know what type of support system that they have. So when you, like me, you know, I'm not getting paid to care about you more than you care about yourself. So they know that, like, I'm gonna call you at 7 a.m. in the morning, like, what we doing? We getting up, we getting to the gym. You know what I mean? So that consistency is like, they see it and they be like, okay, so it's not just a facade. It's not just okay, coach needs me to do this so he can do it. It's real. It's, you know.
Well, you really live this.
I really live this. Like, I've seen it all. I've seen kids from the project that come up to me like, yo, Coach Will, I just want to be able to take care of my family. Okay, you want to use football as an outlet? Let's use this as an opportunity. Let's get a free education. You know what I mean? Let's get a full ride scholarship, and let's create these opportunities. And I think over the years, when they see the results, and it's nothing but love. I just want the love. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just come and talk to these young guys, these new guys that I got. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is too. Like, now we're at a point where we're reaping the benefits and the fruits of our labor. So we got kids that are in these Division I programs, that are in these high places, that are coming back now. Like, Coach Will, he's serious. Like, you know what I mean? Listen what he say, because he gonna put you in that right direction.
In that right direction.
You know what I mean? So money out my pocket, food out my plate, like, it clothes off my back.
Right. Literally.
You know what I mean? Literally clothes off my back. You know what I mean? So it's like, it don't get no realer than that. It's what's mine is yours.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? And I think, you know, I'm just blessed to be in a position, you know what I mean? Like I said, growing up playing sports, I didn't have anybody to really navigate me to the top. So now that I can use my knowledge to fill that void.
At your platform.
Man, it's just a blessing. Yeah, the sky's the limit, bro.
That's dope. I mean, you know, like you said, I think a lot of people see that, like you said, number one, you're no nonsense.
Yeah.
From the stuff that I see. And also, as far as living it.
Yes, sir.
when it comes to the timing, like, I'll text you the night before and then I'll get a text from you at like 6 in the morning.
Yep.
All the time. And everybody that knows me knows I'm not a morning person, but I get those texts from him at that time. He gets up and he's about his business.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Talk about the transition from, well, not even the transition. How did you go from doing coaching to then add in being a fitness trainer or being a trainer into everything else that you're doing?
Well, honestly, it started with me working on myself.
Okay.
I was at a point where I didn't prioritize my health and fitness. And one year, my grandfather had passed and he was big on fitness. I appreciate it. He was big on fitness, big on, health and fitness. So I used that fuel to like really dive into that. And I just seen the benefit of so many different aspects of your life. You know what I mean? Your sleep, your nutrition,
mindset,
the mindset, the quality of life that it brought to me.
Right.
And I wanted to share that with people.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So at first it started off with me just sharing with peers and friends and family. And then ultimately it got to a point where, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm at these high school. Okay, now I have these young men. And now we can maximize their potential if we just show them how to prioritize health, how to prioritize fitness. How much is it gonna change you and how you think and how you live your life. And I think just putting that all together is just seeing that transition for people and just being a part of it, being of service. That's what helped me grow that love, that passion. And it was just, honestly, it's just secondhand nature. Like you said, sometimes it really don't even feel like work. It's just like, oh man, we just serving. We just serving today. You know what I mean? And it's been great, man. It's been just smooth sailing, man. Smooth sailing.
Nice. Sure. Well, I think like you said, because it's part of your regimen, is part of what you've been doing. So it was an easy transition for you, I would assume.
Oh yeah, for sure. A very easy transition. The only difference is, working with the young athletes, they got a lot of energy.
They sure do. Some of the times, I'll laugh some of the times when I come in there and I'm training with you. I see the 16, 17-year-olds in there, so it kind of pushes me to go a little harder.
100%.
I don't want to look like the old dude that's not doing what he needs to do in the gym.
Yeah, same thing with me, man. Like I've had kids from freshman year when they was babies, and now they senior year, and I walk into my weight room and I see them curling 70 pounds, and I'm like, wait, let me see if I could do that. Okay, I'm not pushing myself hard enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now it just like, when it comes to like the saying iron sharpens iron, like I got to a point where I've molded so many people, they can come back and they help me and keep me on track. And it's been a very smooth transition, man. Thank God for that.
That's what's up. But you had a question?
I was gonna say, how's your schedule look with the coaching and then also, you doing your personal training on the side, or?
It's a rigorous schedule.
Okay.
It's early mornings, late nights.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's a job of service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's selfless. It's for my people when they're available.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My kids, the guys that are training, I tell them, listen, if we're preparing for the next level, we got to be able to get accustomed to being up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. ready to lift. Because when you go to college, you got to be up at these hours, and then you got class. You know what I mean? So these guys got to train early. There's no excuse for them. And then with my general population, people, it's just when they're available. I have entrepreneurs that can come at 10 a.m. and then I got 9 to 5 guys. You know what I mean? So it's really it's early mornings, late nights. You gotta have the energy. You know what I mean? You gotta have the energy.
Well, I know that you're a sneaker guy too, a sneakerhead.
Sure.
If we could do some heat check real quick and try to find out what everybody got on.
Okay.
What you working with today?
All right, today Off-White Vapor Max, man. These are my favorite Off-White Nike collab.
I love those.
Since
really
a
comfortable.
kid. Yeah, man. Super comfortable. You just put them on like a pair of socks. These were like my first. I used to window shop these when I was younger, but now. You know what I mean? I got up and got some money, so I figured I gotta, treat myself.
Treat yourself?
For sure.
Nice.
I see you got the Toro 4s.
Toro 4s. I try to keep it light today. I
Can't
wasn't
go wrong
trying to do
with
too much today.
Can't go wrong with those. Nice suede.
Thank you, man.
Brand new, man. And then with the
What
classic.
we got on, son?
Red
Nice.
Classics.
Classics.
Classic pair, classic colorway. Can't go wrong with, black, red, white.
Can't go wrong with
Can
those.
can never go wrong with that.
Yes,
What's
sir.
I guess in your arsenal when it comes to sneakers? What can we say? What's the top 5 for you?
Top 5. I gotta go Concord 11.
Okay. Nice.
You gotta go Concord 11. You know what I mean? Like when you mention those, when you mention Jordan, you gotta go Concord. I'll throw True Blue.
Nice.
True Blue is
Those they just re-released those.
True Blue just re-released.
Nice.
My favorite is the 2011 though. 2011 release with the gray leather.
Nice.
No Nike sign, Jordan sign. I take those. What else? I say Raging Bull 5s.
Ooh. Okay.
Raging Bull 5s, you can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw you had those on.
Can't-
We got those too in the arsenal.
Raging Bull
Bulls,
5s,
you can't go wrong with that.
you gotta put those. A lot of people might not say these, but if you was growing up in New York around the 2000s, then the Flint 13s with the
Ooh,
Yankee
okay.
hat,
Okay.
you can't go wrong
can't
with
go
those.
wrong with yeah,
the
no, you
Flint
can't go wrong with
13s,
that.
man, those is just a special sneaker to me.
To you? Yeah.
Growing up, I seen those a lot, and I was just like, well, these are fly. Gotta get me those. So
Nice. Yeah, I like that
definitely
little
gotta pair them.
translucent on the side. Yeah, that's
Man,
that's
those
a dope shoe.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And then the last sneaker I would say, which is tough, but I had to say Cement 4.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. I
Cement
like that. I
4,
like
man.
that. I like
Cement
that. I like that
4.
arsenal. I like that rotation.
You know what I mean? Like those classic, man. It's just classic, man. You just can't go wrong. Like you said, the colorway, got the white, got the gray, a little bit of black, a little bit of red,
Yeah.
and we going, man.
Yeah,
Sure.
you can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I think the anything fall related. I think like a lot of the Cleveland fans are still.
Oh, yeah.
They've been hurting for years when he hit that shot
Yeah,
against
man.
them. Cleveland's never been the same.
Bro, and then shout out to the Cat Force, man. Honorable mention.
Yeah, honorable
You
mention.
can't never go
That's
wrong.
that's a nice yeah, that's a
Cat
nice
Force,
mention.
man, for sure.
Nice. Let's talk about strength training.
Yes, sir.
So I got the opportunity to come by. My daughter actually trains with you.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Kemi.
Shout out to Kemi.
I came by to see you guys working out, and I like the way that you kind of had everything going as far as your setup at the gym. And when you and I sat down, when I told you that I wanted to start working out with you,
Yes, sir.
you said that that's what we were going to concentrate on. So if you could talk to the folks about strength training and I guess the importance of that.
Oh, boy, 100%. I mean, so many benefits, but I would say some of the most important one, especially as you get older, strength training is extremely important for your bones and the strength of your bones and the density of your bones, and it maintains that healthiness as you get older. So, that's number one. Just, it helps that function on a day-to-day basis, like I said earlier, that quality of life.
Right.
And also, with strength training, mental strength. You get a lot of mental strength. So of course you get the physical asset of the physical benefits of the
Right.
strength training, but the mental aspect of it, getting mentally strong, and I think is very important. We were talking about mental health earlier and just breaking through things, you know what I mean? So even that, you get a good workout in a day, and now your mind, you got an extra blood flow in your mind, now you're wired, now you're ready to do things, throughout your day, knock down that task list. So I think that as well, just the mental aspect of just pushing through difficult tasks that no one's forcing you to do. This is something that you're doing for yourself so that you can improve. I think that's important. So between that, the mental aspect, bone health, and then also just keeping yourself sharp as far as your movement. I mean, as you get older, like some of the things that help older people, stay maintain their quality of life is their ability to move.
Right.
Their ability to move, their ability to sit down and stand up or go up and down steps and keep their balance.
Staying active,
Things of that nature. So, as much as it helps you look great, it also helps you live a better life and a longer life. Like I said, a lot of older people are getting seriously injured due to falling, lack of balance,
That's true.
and things of that nature.
That's
So
true.
when we're working on that single leg strength and those balance and the
I
quads,
felt them.
You know what I'm
I felt
saying?
the-
So it's definitely something that I've been really looking to push on, especially older people, but just the general population. And it's funny that you say you were training. I was training your daughter, and one thing I love about training women is that I can actually push them to be, I can show them how strong they actually are.
Right.
Because usually they like to do lightweight and they like to, get movement, but I push them as if they're an athlete, and I push their limits, and I make sure they, but the confidence and the strength, the mental strength that they get, and that confidence that they get after they've done things that they wouldn't
Didn't think
normally
that they were,
do.
yeah,
You know what I
capable of
mean?
doing.
It takes them places, and I think that's another thing that is really great for the people, is just that confidence that you get, doing difficult things and overcoming and recovering, and then also the strength training, it helps you prioritize so many things that's very important for a high quality of life. Sleeping, because when you're working these muscles, you gotta recover.
Right.
Sleep is the number one recovery. Once you're prioritizing your sleep, now your metabolism is set and it's going. Now you have your energy in the day, throughout the day, and then that just gives you more opportunity to do more things, have more productivity in your life, and also the nutrition aspect.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that are suffering from chronic illness due to their diet alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is some things that strength training, just once you decide that you're gonna you're going to live this life and you're gonna make strength training a priority in your life, these are the things that it forces you to put in order. And
Well, it's almost like, sorry to cut you off.
No problem.
I guess it becomes a lifestyle at that point.
becomes a lifestyle for sure.
Nice.
It leaves you no choice, because then when you strength train and then you decide you're gonna go to sleep anytime and you're gonna eat whatever, and you're gonna eventually get to the point where you're looking in the mirror like, okay,
I don't see the results.
I might as well not be doing anything. You know what I mean? So it definitely helps you complete that priority checklist, and definitely ultimately that higher quality of life.
Well, there was something that you said to me. We were talking a few days ago about working out and then not eating right. I think you said to me that it's like a
Productive.
counterproductive.
Yes, sir.
I remember you saying that.
100%.
And that's what a lot of people, I think, don't understand.
Yeah, no, a lot of people don't understand, especially in our community. I mean, like on Thanksgiving, we double carving. We got our yams and our fried chicken and our macaroni. You know what I mean? Like it's real. I
Right.
mean, like you really don't think about it, but I like to say it like this: when you're eating properly, it's like you are a Lamborghini. All right?
Okay.
You can't put regular gas in your Lamborghini.
He understands that he's a Lamborghini guy. He loves Lamborghinis.
You're a Lamborghini guy, so you can't put regular gas in the Lamborghini. You're gonna mess it up. Yeah. You know what I mean? You gotta put that premium fuel in there.
Right.
And then you hear the engine. You know what I mean? You see the performance.
Right.
So it's the same thing. You know what I mean? People, when you put in this extra, the carbs, the sugars, all of this stuff, you can't move at your highest, you know what I mean, at your highest productivity level. It's just not.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. You're
Right.
not gonna see any results, and that inside feeling, you have no energy. Is definitely, like we say, counterproductive for sure.
Got it. So why do you think, I guess now you find that it seems like we have a lot more people that are just unhealthy?
Well, I think that unfortunately in our school systems, it's not prioritized in the diet. It's not even in the, not only that, it's not in the curriculum. It's not mandated, and it's not mandated in the curriculum to teach the importance of movement, nutrition, and recovery. They tell us you have gym class, but they don't tell you why you have gym class. But the statistics show, in order to maintain a healthy lifestyle, to have at least 30 to 60 minutes of physical
Physical
activity in order to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So they put it, so that's why they give the students gym, but they don't tell us why we have gym.
Right. And what to actually do after that as well, like you said, to keep it going.
Exactly. So I think it's because it's not being taught. You know what I mean? And then, we just have a culture of, especially in America, like food is culture. You know what I mean? And food is culture, burgers and fries, pizza, I mean? It's culture. I mean, you eat certain things, you eat milk and cookies on Christmas, before you leave them out for Santa. So I think it's just a lot of the culture where it's not being taught as much. That's why I pride myself on serving my community in that aspect, because, it's our community that's really being affected by that.
We're suffering the most.
We're suffering the most because we got Popeyes, and now Popeyes got Don Julio, and it's, you know what I mean?
I saw that the other day, the Don Julio and the Popeyes.
And then you know who that's for, so it's like this is the reason, and then not only that, the pharmaceutical companies they're benefiting, and they're the ones that are getting they're being paid for when we consume all of this and we receive the chronic diseases and things of that nature, and we have to get health care, and we're getting medicine and things of that nature. They're getting paid. So they're getting paid
big time.
So they're not going to be like, hey, this is not right. We have to educate the people. Like you said before, you posted the other day. They said if you want to hide something from us, you
put it in the book, right?
Get me.
Put it in the book.
It's not in our face. It's in the books, and that's why you need more people out there like such as myself that's just pushing the knowledge out there, so for the people, for sure.
Nice. I think like you said, when it comes to health, then I think just trying to stay healthy and to remain healthy is not an easy thing. Like I look at it, like you said, when it comes to foods. Mm-hmm. A burger is $1, but a salad is $5.
Exactly.
So to stay healthy or to remain healthy is not cheap. If we could talk about the importance of eating 3 meals a day.
Yes, sir.
If you want to talk about that. I don't know if it's 3 meals or 4 meals, depending on what you're doing.
I think it's not about, there's no set number for how much someone should be eating a day, but there's definitely a certain amount of calories that you want to consume, depending on what your goal is, right? So for the people that are wanting to lose weight, they want to be in a calorie deficit, meaning they're eating less than what they're burning throughout the day. Mm-hmm. Everyone has a set number of calories that their body just automatically burns throughout the day. So eating in a deficit will allow you to lose that weight, that excess weight that you don't want to lose, that you don't want to have. Right. For people such as myself who are trying to gain weight, we're in a calorie surplus. So that's when it comes to, okay, now I know that in order to be in a calorie surplus, I know I have to eat a certain amount of meals a day. So that's where the number of meals come from. So ideally, 4 meals a day for me is going to get me in that calorie surplus
that you were looking at.
Allow me to gain the weight that I want to gain.
Okay.
But for someone that's trying to lose weight, definitely in a caloric deficit, making sure you're not going over that number of consumption for the calories, for sure.
Okay. Yes, and like you said, it doesn't have anything to do with the number, because what I was doing, I think you and I had talked about it a few months ago when I had made the decision that I was looking to lose weight. Mm-hmm. I started doing the intermittent fasting, but I went a little crazy with it because I was only eating 2 hours a day. So I was fast for 22 hours, and then between 4 and 6 I would eat, or between 5 and 7. So if I was really hungry, I would start eating at 4 o'clock. Okay. So I guess talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, so I think it all depends on a person, because one thing, the energy, how you're feeling throughout the day is very important. But for those that are trying to lose that weight, I always suggest the fasting, because it's many different benefits. Not only are you making sure you're not eating any unnecessary calories, but at the same time, you're also training your body to be wired and not dependent on it. Yeah, so I think that's another thing, because a lot of people are overweight because of cravings and not necessarily of the actual hunger feeling. It's about, the feeling, because a lot of, certain foods, they have a connection to some, happy chemicals, your dopamines and serotonin when you eat them and things of that nature, especially things like chocolate and stuff. Yeah. So it's more about, you know, just wiring your body. And I think the intermediate fasting has done a great job, especially for you. You're down. You know what I mean? You down in weight, and you've
working,
been locked
folks.
in.
I'm working.
He's been locked in. He's been down. You know what I mean? He's sending me pictures of the scale in the morning. So, you know what I mean? It works, and you know, it keeps your mind wired, and it also shows discipline. So that's why I like the intermittent fasting. It's good for discipline, especially when you're just starting into your journey and you just want to get the ropes of things. And I think it's been doing you justice, and it does a lot of people justice for sure.
Thank you.
What do you feel like is a common misconception? Like maybe a client starting out, or you know, clients that come to you start out. What do you feel like is a common misconception in terms of like diets or just training in general?
There's a few. For women, a common misconception is that if they strength train, they're gonna get muscular and manly looking. Like, number one, you have men that's been strength training for a long time that are trying to build a certain muscle, and they haven't.
And they
even
still haven't gotten there,
point.
right?
You know what I mean? So I think that fear for women wanting to look manly and muscular, I think that's a very big common misconception. Like, you know, most women aim to get a flat stomach and, you know, larger glutes. You know what I mean? But the glutes, your butt, it's a muscle. You know what I mean? So you have to train it, you have to get it strong. But it definitely is not going to make a woman feel look masculine. It definitely adds to the feminine feeling that curves out their body. And for general people, another common misconception is they feel as though they need to stop eating meat, right? A lot of people feel like when they are like, if they're gonna start their fitness journey, they're like, okay, I'm done eating meat. And I'm not for that at all. I mean,
You don't subscribe to that
I don't
theory?
subscribe for that at all. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing vegetarians or people that decide that they don't want to eat meat. But one thing that I know is very important is protein. And protein is a lot of protein, and the main source of protein is in meat. You know what I mean? So steaks, fish, chicken, turkey, things of that nature. I mean, of course, you gotta watch how you consume, and you also got to look at the packaging and make sure that you're getting grass-fed and things of that nature. But protein is very important, and it's very beneficial, especially when it comes to your recovery process for your muscle, and it helps you gain muscle, and it helps you maintain a system in which you're burning fat on a consistent level. So for the people that feel like, you know, okay, we're starting a fitness journey, I'm just gonna get rid of the meat. No, I would suggest let's limit the carbs, let's limit the unnecessary sugars before we look at protein sources and trying to get rid of those, for sure.
Because like you said, the protein is really important. I think when you, like you said, you're trying to lose weight or whatever it is that you're trying to do, that, you know, a lot of people always tell me that if you stick to protein and veggies, that can get you where you need to go.
100%. And another thing is there's a cardio versus strength training type of thing, and I think they go hand in hand. A lot of people, when they want to start their fitness journey, they go straight to cardio, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're exercising your heart and you're regulating your blood pressure, and that's great. But in order to have the body composition that usually people want, it's mandatory that they should be strength training, that they should be working on you know, increasing muscle mass, and that's also going to help them burn fat. And then another thing, one last thing I would say is that when people are trying to lose weight and they get into a good program when they're training, oftentimes their weight can be fluctuating up and down, and usually they equate that to, you know, no progress being made. But in all reality, what's happening is they're building muscle mass, but they're burning body fat, right? So sometimes I like for especially women to not focus on the scale as much and more focus on the body composition. Because you could have lost 5 pounds and then gained 5 pounds, but that's not you gaining body fat. That's you losing body fat and then gaining muscle. You know what I mean? So those are a few things that I like to correct off the back, for sure.
Yeah, I think like you said, not paying attention so much to the scale, because I think, you know, for somebody that's sitting here, that I obsess a little bit over the scale. Or been obsessing over the scale the last couple of days, because I weigh myself every day now. And I was at the school, and I jumped on the scale. For those of you that know, I was I think 218, almost 220 last year. I'm down to 196 now.
Yes, sir.
So the other day I jumped on the scale at the school, and it showed 200. And I said to him that I weighed myself, I don't know,
The other
that
day,
morning or
yep.
the day before, and I was at 198 or something.
Yep.
And then I weighed myself yesterday, and I'm back down to 196.
Yes, sir.
So not weighing yourself, like you said, not paying attention to the scale or not doing it every day.
100%.
You just have to kind of stay on top of what you're doing. But for me, I obsess a little bit
Yeah.
because I'll jump on it and I'll see it, the number, I don't like where it is, and then I think back to what I did the day before.
Exactly.
So I think for me, it's more of a mental thing where I know that if I do anything more than whatever the norm is or what
Right.
I'm supposed to do,
Right.
I'm gonna see it there on that scale.
100%.
Right?
100%. Yeah, no, 100% for sure.
Nice. When you started, like you said, with the strength training or training yourself, what made you now take that to say, you know what, I'm going to start to train the clients?
Man, the people around me, my friends, my family, peers, they saw a change in me.
They start seeing results.
They saw my results, and they were, they were impressed, and it gave me a great feeling. And a lot of questions were asked. And I just wanted to make sure that I was giving the right answers.
Information, yeah.
So it started off as research, a lot of research, books. And then, once I started giving out this information, I see people benefiting off of it. That's, it made me feel good. Like, okay, this could be.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah, I'm onto something. You know what I mean? I already, I transformed myself, and I increased my quality of life. So being in a space where health and fitness was the thing, that's where I like to spend my time. So just, being able to increase that output and then help other people get there, that definitely sealed the deal for sure.
I think, like you said, the health and fitness thing, I think for some, maybe now over the last couple of years, it's a fad, but for anybody that's looking to do it and you're looking to, like you said, prolong your life and have that quality of life, it has to be a lifestyle more than
100%.
anything else. It's not something that you just do when you kind of get to it. If you start your day off that way every single day, it kind of helps you lock in and it creates that discipline, like you said.
100%.
Right?
Oh yeah, 100% for sure.
Nice. And also with the basketball and the football,
Yes, sir.
I know with the school that you're working at now, when you started off there, I think you said that you guys only had one gym.
Yeah, we only had one weight room.
right?
Yeah, we only had one weight room about 4 years ago. And I used to I would have a lot of conversation with the principal because we were just trying to distribute the times because I had different programs that I'm training with, and then you got staff that also decided they want to peek in and work out or not. So definitely had a lot of conversations with the principal, like, man, look, at this time, my football guys got to be in here. At this time, the basketball guys got to be in here. They can't be in at the same time because we got 70 football kids. We got 20 basketball kids. You know what I mean? So, fortunately, the administration, they saw how it can benefit not only, the students, but, people, the staff,
Right.
parents.
Right.
And, it was beautiful to see. We got 3 brand new weight rooms, state-of-the-art equipment, new
Dope.
equipment coming
Dope.
in every couple months. And
Dope.
now we have 4 weight rooms. We went from having 1 to 4. We got 1 for staff, and we got 3 for all the different athletic programs. And it's a beautiful sight to see.
Nice.
I mean, you got kids now that I've been training since young, and now I've seen a couple kids bringing their parents on weekends.
Wow.
And train their mom, and I'm like, this is what it's
That's
about.
what it's
You know
about.
what I mean, this is what it's about. So it definitely changed the culture of how we live at Eagle Academy, and the weight room has been a big part of our identity.
Nice.
And I think that definitely contributes to what the institution has been bringing to the community for sure.
That's dope. That's dope. What would you say to someone that, I guess, that approaches you and says, Coach Will? Because I know for everybody it's different. Everybody's body, everybody's setup is not all the same. They approach you and they're saying to you that they're looking to lose weight. What would be, I guess, some advice that you would give them?
First things first, I would let's break down what we're doing in the kitchen. The physical aspect, the training aspect, that's always going to be there. But the real deal breaker is what we're consuming throughout the day. We have to eliminate these unnecessary calories that aren't giving us energy.
The junk, right?
100%. Because each nutrient has a role to play. The water that keeps us hydrated. Majority of our body and our muscles is water. So that also helps with our recovery process and our energy. The protein, that's what keeps our muscles functional.
That's the fuel.
That's the fuel for the muscle. And then we have our healthy carbs that also is fuel for our energy that we burn on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? And then you got your fruits and vegetables that have the vitamins and nutrients necessary to, make sure you have clear skin and proper eyesight and things of that nature, staying sharp. So first things first is we have to master what we're doing in the kitchen. It's very important. You can train every single day, but if you eat McDonald's,
counterproductive,
your
like
body,
you said?
Yeah, your body's not going to be able to function at its optimal function. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's first things first is what are you eating? You know what I mean? So that's why I hit you the other day, like, all right, yeah, just let me know what you're eating throughout the day. Just shoot me a text. Well, let me know what you're eating, because that's what's, and then.
But that also, I think, with you saying that, for your clients, it's about the accountability.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because you gotta help me help you.
You guys hear that?
You gotta help me help you. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna make sure that you're training. You're gonna get strong. You know what I mean? You're gonna build a muscle.
I know,
you in
folks.
here working. You barely walking the next day after leg day, but then what you put in your body, that helps you recover. And then you come in the next day, and this guy, I'll tell him do 10, and he give me 15. You know what I mean? So it all plays a part for sure.
It definitely does. And a lot of the clients that you're working with, I know you work with a lot of, well, not a lot, but a lot of people that are 50 and older.
Yes, sir.
What's your regimen with them as far as you trying to tell them how to kind of, I guess, maintain and then take it up a notch? You would say at least minimum of 3 days a week?
Oh yeah, for sure. 3 days a week minimum. And we have to exercise the heart. We got to do cardio as homework. Very important. And then while we're in the weight room and we're training, we're focusing on the functional part of training. So we're focusing on how the joints, right? We're focusing on the hips and how we properly move throughout our hips and how do we properly move throughout our knees. You know what I mean? Things of that nature, because ultimately it's about movement as you get older. It's less about how you look, and it's about how your quality of your movement and being able to and capable of do things, get the groceries, bring them up the steps,
Right.
Put them away.
Everyday life
overhead,
stuff.
Everyday life stuff, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. So that's my focus for the guys that are, the older people in my clientele, for sure.
Okay, so that's why you have me doing those pigeon stretches.
Pigeon stretch.
Guys, I don't know
mobility.
if you guys, mobility?
Mobility is very important. Like,
I don't
my
know
guys
which
gotta be able to
pigeon,
move.
the stretch that he has me doing, guys, I have no idea. And he's training me like I'm playing football. I'm 50, I'm not trying to play football. I want to stay mobile, but I'm not, what he has me doing, I don't know why, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah, this guy.
I'm complaining, but I'm not complaining.
We work on a lot of mobility. We do some interesting stretches, but it's so that he can move proper. This guy's he's working all the time. He's going. So I want to make sure that he's moving properly. We're limiting all chances of injuries and things of that nature, and so that's why that's the focus for sure.
Nice.
The mobility, that single leg strength. I got you jumping and things of that nature. Just different movements, so we can just be ready for what the world has to offer and what's out here.
What's coming? Yeah.
Exactly.
Got it. You got a question?
Yeah, I have two questions. And
Yeah.
back in reference to the coaching with the basketball and the football. You've been coaching for a total of like how long?
I've been coaching since 2019.
Oh, nice.
2019 is my first year.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what would you say, not the disconnect, but maybe the difference between some of the athletes when you're coming in, coaching 2019 versus some of them now? Like, do you feel like some of the basketball kids, more athletic now, they're more skilled before? How do you feel like the shift has?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I think that athletes, there's a bigger gap between the athletic people and the unathletic people, and that I think COVID has a lot to do with it. Quarantine. A lot of the kids that I work with now, they were, 10, 11, 12, 13 in quarantine, not on a basketball court, not on a football field. So I think now kids are generally less athletic just because it's just less playing in the streets. Like when we was growing up, we was out in the street.
We was outside
playing
all day long.
football all day long off of a 50-cent soda. I don't know how.
And the
but
quarter waters.
In the quarter waters, but we made it work. And, we was playing moss, things of that nature. So I think now kids are a lot more homebodies. It's more video game dominant. So now the beauty of that is the kids that really want it, they have it because they're just doing what most kids aren't doing. What we were doing back in the day, and even when I was starting up, it was a lot more normal for kids to be outside just playing. And now it's less of that. So I think the gap between the athleticism is much larger. And that helps, I think that helps the kids that really want to make it to the next level because it's easier for them to do what other kids are doing, for sure.
And in terms of the second question, what would you say would be the benefit of coming to your program or coming to your school versus some of the other schools, with the bigger names or more hype to them?
Well, first and foremost, the program and the institution that I coach and teach at, we run as a family. I mean, the support system that these young men have, the statistics of black male educators and coaches are extremely low.
It's low, right?
And we have 50 in counting.
Wow.
Qualified, highly qualified. We have St. John's Hall of Fame athletes. We got Hall of Fame athletes that, played at the next level and things of that nature. And we have a huge accountability system for our young men. And I think that's a big difference. Like I said, we were saying earlier, like food off my plate, clothes off my back.
Literally.
You know what I mean? But we hold these guys accountable and we give them genuine love and genuine care.
Genuine support.
And it's not just for the 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have alumni that come back every year. You know what I mean? It's a family, and our principal and our administration, they really pride themselves on being that way. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest difference between our program and our institution and other programs. And one thing that our administration, they say, is that we will never promise your son the best 4 years of their life, because the best 4 years of their life is going to be after they leave here with the qualities and the skills,
everything that you instilled in
them with. Yeah. Exactly. So that's big. That's a huge difference between how we run our program and how other people run our program. And I think especially in New York City, what I've done here is really emphasize and filling the void of strength and conditioning and how important it is when it comes to football, not just football, but basketball. Yeah. Because we're in this is a basketball city.
Mecca, yeah.
It's the city, but, we haven't had those top prospects in the past, and mainly because of the physical abilities. We've had the skill, we've had the handles, we've had the jump shots, but the strength, it's different. So we also fill that void when it comes to strength and conditioning and making sure these guys are prioritizing it and we get a holistic approach with it. And it definitely, for the last 3 years, we've been in a city championship. The last 2 years, we've been in a state championship.
Nice.
And these are things that definitely contribute to that type of success that we've had for our programs, as far as the basketball program and the football program.
Nice. I mean, the one thing that I can say, I can attest to that, because I know a couple of times that I've been in there working out, I've seen some of your old alumni.
Yep.
I think one of the guys that went to Villanova.
Yes, sir.
Came in, he was training with the kids.
Yes, sir. Yep,
so
exactly.
I saw that for myself. And then something else that I wanted to say that I noticed that you do is you have the students training some of the other students.
Yeah.
So
100%.
if you want to talk about that and what I guess the thought process behind that is.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been doing physical education since I got to the school, and I think, having the kids come in and training them myself has been great. But I think I've been getting more output when I've been equipping these kids with the skills to train their
Themselves.
own clients and themselves, and it makes it more inclusive, and it's been really good. Like, you know, teaching these guys the steps. And you know, we also have a barbering class, and we
Oh, I
teach
didn't know
kids
that.
how to barber, and we got guys in college that are cutting hair. So I figure, okay, we teach these kids how to train, and not only train themselves, but potentially train a client and get other people closer to their goals. And it's been awesome, you know, just seeing guys, you know, once you put when these kids in that role,
Yeah.
it is like, okay, so, you know what I mean? When they're yelling in class, it's not like they just yelling, acting a fool. It's like, okay, you're in coach mode. Okay, I respect it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're in
Right.
coach mode. I respect it. So I think
That's dope.
it's been really dope to really transition to that aspect of my teaching.
Nice.
And it's been really cool to see these
Nice.
kids grow. for
Nice.
sure.
Nice. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, that's a great question. Number one, I would need a head coach. A head coach position for a varsity program.
Nice.
Definitely, and I'm looking to win a city championship.
Nice.
It's been very tough to win a city championship in high school football in this city because the programs that have been dominating for the last
So many years. yeah.
decades. You know what I mean? So we have a new program, and we're just established, and we just got into the highest division in
Nice.
New York City football.
Congrats.
So, you know, definitely want to run a head coach as a varsity program, a championship program.
Nice.
And I also, I would like to, you know, get into real estate ownership.
Nice.
You know, multi-family homes,
Nice.
and
We know 2 great agents for you.
okay, so yeah, we definitely gonna be definitely in contact when it comes to things of that nature.
We're here.
So as far as just developing a championship program for the football team, because our basketball program is already pretty much established as
Well,
a
you guys are in the
championship
playoffs now,
program.
right?
Yeah, playoffs
Nice,
starting
congrats.
now. We're second
Playoffs
seed
starting
in the
now.
city. You know what I mean? So, February 11th, first game, first
Nice.
round.
Nice.
So, you know, definitely want to develop a championship culture. And then also, you know, I just want to create a bigger platform to serve my community, you know what I mean? And allow the people that I've served to serve other people,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's I've been very big on that, and I've, you know, seen a lot of results. I have a lot of guys going to high Division I programs from different sports, and, you know, coming back and, like you said, training the younger athletes that we have, and
Which is
training
dope.
their parents and
Them
helping
coming
their
back.
parents
Yeah.
getting healthier lifestyles. So definitely the things of that nature, for sure. You know?
Nice. I mean, they said that it takes a village, right?
Yeah, it definitely takes a village for sure.
Nice.
So,
Nice. How do people reach you? And are you taking on any more clients?
I will always be taking
Case by case?
case by case for sure.
Okay.
Case by case. So direct contact, email, phone number. Majority of my clients I receive through a client
say
that I
referral.
have,
Word of mouth.
referral, word of mouth, and relationship that I have. So direct contact. I do case by case. I think I like to get a feel for my clients and see how I can serve them, and
But you
how
want to make
we
sure that
fit.
it's going to be a fit too?
Exactly,
Okay.
100%. So
Okay.
definitely that. But yeah, I think that's definitely. I like to keep it personal with my clients. I like to develop a relationship. It's very important for me to have a personal relationship and understand the details of their life so I can be best of service to them, because a lot of it is not only advice and stuff on health and fitness, but it gets personal. It gets the other aspects
true.
of life and things of that nature. So definitely the one-on-one contacts, just to make sure that we can collaborate.
Okay. Is there like a Instagram page that you want to promote? where
Yes,
they
sir.
can,
Yes,
get a hold
sir.
of you?
Yes, sir. So.
Oh, see what you're doing?
Yes, sir. So you can contact me at my personal Instagram, which is Coach Williams, regular Coach Williams. Instead of the S, it's a 5 at the end. And I also own my business page, is Work Ethics Elite Training, spelled just like that, Work Ethics Elite Training. You can contact either account. I'm highly active on both accounts, and you will get a fast response, and we'll definitely be able to work things out. But Coach Williams, and work ethic, elite training.
Nice,
Yes, sir.
nice. And you guys can definitely, if you don't have that information, you can reach out to either one of us, and we'll definitely pass the information on. If you are looking for somebody to train with, I can attest to it. I've been working out with him for a few months now, and the results are definitely there. And we're going to continue to grow. And the plan is to try to get this 6-pack. So.
Absolutely.
We're definitely working on it. But if you reach out to him and you're looking for training, please don't say, Femi sent me, can I get a discount? That's not what we're doing here, folks. Please tap in with him. The man is worth his weight in gold, and
Appreciate it, my
definitely tap in with him. If you're looking to buy or sell, 917-337-3727, Femi?
516-662-6824.
And the pages, my page is Femi the Agent.
Femi the Realtor.
If you're behind on your mortgage, don't know who to turn to, you can definitely reach out to me. We have people that we can put you in contact with. And guys, stay safe and have a great day.
Take it easy.